So in this video, we're going to be reviewing the ThurNiteTC15 Flashlight. This flashlight has a max output of 2300 lumens. Let's get into it. So ThruNite Flashlights actually contacted me and asked me to review one of their flashlights. So I've never owned a ThruNite flashlight before. I've seen other videos on them. I've looked them up on the internet before, but I've never owned one. So I told ThruNite, as long as I could give an honest review and I could say what was good and bad about the flashlight, that I would review their flashlight as long as when I was done reviewing it, that I could take that flashlight and give it to one of my viewers. So at the end of this video, we're going to take this flashlight and we're going to be giving it to one of you guys. So this flashlight is it's all metal construction. Seems to be built fairly well. It even has a metal push button. It does have a 3.6 volt lithium ion battery, and it is rechargeable. You see this little USB charging port right here. We'll pull this little cover back, and you can see that it has like a mini USB charging port in there. It's a pretty common cable. My old Android phone was the same cable. I have some camera equipment that uses that same cable as well, so it's a pretty common USB cable. More than likely you have one in your house that will charge this flashlight. So this flashlight does come with a 2-year warranty, free replacement warranty. Mine was shipped from Amazon to me, so I assume that most of these probably ship through Amazon. But a 2-year warranty, free replacement, so they're obviously standing behind their product, that it works well. This flashlight actually has 5 different brightness modes. So it actually has a firefly mode, which is like 1 lumen, super low. This thing shines for days. And then it actually has 3 regular brightness modes. So it has a low, a medium, and a high. And the high mode is actually 1050 lumens. This thing will run for 90 minutes on high, and 1050 lumens is pretty much as bright as you necessarily need it to be able to see things around you. It also has a turbo mode, which will go to 2300 lumens. Now you have to double click to get it. See if I can do it. There. This is the turbo mode. That's 2300 lumens. And then a quadruple click will get you the strobe mode, which I got a second ago. So that is the 6th mode of the flashlight. So this turbo mode, 2300 lumens, the flashlight will get warm fairly quickly. These Cree LEDs will produce a lot of heat. So this 2300 lumens will only shine for 2 minutes. And then it will kick down to 850. It'll kind of downshift to a lower level. So I know that the selling point of this flashlight is 2300 lumens, and it will do it. But it will only do it in a 2-minute increment, and then it's going to downshift to a lower light level. I'm going to have to assume that has something to do with the heat that is being produced off of that, so it doesn't want to overheat. I'm going to assume that's why it minimizes the time that you can do 2300 lumens. That being said, the 3 regular brightness levels on this flashlight, the low, medium, and high, are pretty much enough for most everything that you're going to need to do anyway. So I have a lot of footage of where we took this out in our property. 41 acres we have out here. There's a lot of dark places. We went out, turned off the lights everywhere, so it's completely dark. I had my wife go out and help me, and then we went out there and did some test footage of this flashlight. So let's go ahead, we'll kick to that test footage, and you can see exactly how well this flashlight does at each light level, how far you can see. You pretty much can tell how well this flashlight's going to work from this test footage. So go ahead, we'll flip to the test footage, and you can actually see what this flashlight can do. So in this test location, we're at the front of the driveway where it meets the road, so you can see way down our driveway, and this will basically show how far each light mode will be able to you'll be able to see. So we're going to switch it to low, and you can see that the low mode doesn't really shine very far. You can see right there that it's basically only about 20 feet that you can use the low mode, so it's really only useful within about 5 to 10 feet of you. So now she's going to switch to the medium mode, And if you look as she shines down the driveway, you can make out a tree left of her. That's 80 feet away, so that medium mode will shine at least 80 feet. Now she's going to switch to the high mode. And as she looks down the driveway, you're going to make out maybe a pile to the left of the driveway there. That is a pile of wood, which is 360 feet away. So now she's going to switch to the turbo mode, 2300 lumens. And as you look down the driveway, you'll be able to see, just barely make out, there's actually a barn at the end of the driveway, and that is 550 feet away. So the ultra bright mode does shine very far. So now we're standing at the entrance to the barn and we're looking inside. Now my wife has the flashlight on the low mode, and the low mode is only 25 lumens. Now the back of the barn is actually 40 feet away. Now you can tell on the low mode that low isn't quite bright enough to be able to make out what's on the back wall of the barn. So now she's going to switch it to the medium mode. And the medium mode is actually 10 times stronger. It's 250 lumens, and it's definitely bright enough to be able to see everything in the barn. This is a good light level to walk around with. You can see everything pretty much between 50 and 100 feet fairly well. So now we'll give you a little bit of footage of what it's like to walk around with the flashlight. So this is the high mode. This is 1050 lumens. And you know, this actually shines very well. You can really search for things with this mode. It does shine pretty far. Now she's going to end up switching to the low mode. So this 25 lumens, the low mode, you can tell just is not bright enough to walk around with. You just can't see very far with it. Now the medium mode does work fairly well, and you can see most things around you well. So I do like that mode for walking around. Now she's going to switch back to the high mode. I mean, you can just tell that 1000 lumens is bright enough to be able to search for anything you're looking for. Now this is the 2300 lumens on turbo, and you can just tell this really brightens things up. This is one bright little flashlight. So to be completely honest with you guys, when I received this flashlight in the mail, it actually didn't work. I couldn't get it to actually work. I thought the battery was dead. So I decided I'd put it on the charger. So I charged it, and then this light here actually was purple. That's different. So I looked up what that meant. That actually meant abnormal charging. So I thought, well, maybe the battery was abnormally low. Well, that charged for like an hour. Still nothing. Flashlight didn't work. What it was a really simple fix. So, you know, the end cap threads off here where your battery is. That end cap has to be tight. That wasn't the problem. It's actually threaded here on the handle as well. So, see, it works. Now this handle, if that handle becomes unthreaded, the flashlight does not work. So, very easy fix. The handle has to be tight and the end cap has to be tight, and the flashlight will work. Very easy fix, but it was hard to tell that it was actually even unthreaded. So, something to look out for. Make sure the handle and the end cap are both tight. Now the second problem I had was this push button. This push button actually didn't want to work all the time. You could click it and it wouldn't come on. It's very frustrating at first. What I didn't realize is it's actually threaded here as well. So this actually unthreads so that you can replace a piece in there. And they send replaceable pieces for this. This actually has a 2-year warranty on this flashlight. And the little rubber piece that's in there that glows, that's replaceable. And this was not, apparently this was not tight. So once I tightened this piece up and threaded this little piece in a little bit more, this button works fantastic. So I had two things basically loose on this flashlight. The handle wasn't tightened in all the way, and this little push button was not, it tightens down right here. This comes unthreaded. That wasn't tight enough, and the button didn't work very well. So once I corrected those two items, which concerns me because to me that's kind of maybe a quality control thing. But once I corrected those two things, this thing has actually been rock solid and has worked perfectly. So like I said, worries me a little bit maybe about quality control, getting everything tight when they put these together. But now that I've got everything all straightened up on this flashlight has actually worked flawless ever since. So here's everything that comes with the flashlight. So you have a belt pouch for the flashlight. On the back of the belt pouch, it actually has a loop where you can hang it from a backpack. The flashlight has a belt clip that is removable, can come on and off the flashlight. It comes with a lanyard that can go in a small hole on the flashlight if you want a lanyard on the flashlight. It does come with a 2-foot USB charging cable. And then it comes with some replacement parts. So it comes with new O-rings for the battery compartment. It comes with two new USB port covers. And then it comes with a new insert that goes under the push button of the flashlight. So what's my actual opinion on this flashlight? Well, once I got the handle tightened and I got the button tightened, this thing has actually worked flawlessly. The button, actually, I loved the button beforehand, and I was literally disappointed that it didn't work real good. The button actually has a really good feel to it. I mean, got a nice positive click, and now that it's all tight, it actually works the way it's supposed to. So I do like the button. The button being metal, in my opinion, is actually kind of hard to find with your finger because it feels like the rest of the flashlight. So I think it's nice that it's a metal button, but you really can't tell where the button is because it just kind of feels like the rest of the flashlight. So it's hard to find the button in the dark. Now your finger finds this rubber charging port, finds the rubber cover on the charging port. So you naturally find that with your finger, but that's not the button. So that being said, I like the button. It's nice and crisp, but the texture of it makes it hard to find in the dark. You don't really feel it and can differentiate the button from the rest of the flashlight. Now the light levels on this thing I think are spot on. I think that the low level is actually, it's perfect for when you're working within 5 feet of you. It actually does not over brighten the surface, so it kind of blinds you when you're looking at it. So I think the low level is really good for anything that you're working on within 5 feet or so. I think that this low level is really good for when you're walking around. You can see rather well walking around. You can see things within 50 feet and somewhat up to 100 feet, and so it's good for when you're walking around. I think that the high mode is pretty much all you need most of the time if you're really wanting to look for something. So you can use this high mode, and you can shine that, and you can see everything within at least 300 feet or more with that high mode. So it does very well, maybe closer up to 500 feet with the high mode. And then you also end up, with the, you have the turbo mode. Now it's a short period of time, but if you really want to reach out there, this thing can reach out there pretty far to be able to see, and you have the extra light if you need it. So I think most of the time you'll find that the actual regular high mode will be everything that you need. Now, when I first saw this flashlight and I saw this rubber charging port, my first thought was that this little rubber charging port here, my thoughts was that this little flap is going to break off of there. That's my first opinion. But when I opened up the box, this flashlight actually came with 2 extra of these. So I mean, I think, even though I think that this may break over time, at least the company provided you with 2 extra of these rubber charging port covers. It also came with other extra parts. It came with an extra piece that fits in here in the button. It's kind of like this clear rubber piece that's glowing in there. There's an extra one of those. And then there's extra O-rings that go in the flashlight, which is kind of your waterproofing in there in the battery chamber. So it does come with extra parts. So that is a positive thing. At least the USB port is pretty universal, pretty common cable. This flashlight does have a 2-year warranty, free replacement within 2 years on this flashlight. So that is I think that's actually a pretty good warranty on a flashlight, 2-year free replacement warranty. So they're standing behind their product, at least with their warranty. So overall, I think the flashlight is good, a good flashlight. But I think it's rather large to carry it on you. I've carried this for a week, carried this in my pocket for a week. This flashlight is big to carry in your pocket. So I do have a Leatherman that I carry on me, and this thing is a little bit longer than my Leatherman. So this is quite a bit longer to stick in your pocket. So I don't really feel like this is something that you should probably want to carry on you all the time. Now, it does come with a pouch. It comes with a pouch that you can put on your belt and carry this flashlight. Some people may like that. I'm not really too fond of the idea. So I actually think that this flashlight probably fits better in your car or maybe in your house, like in a nightstand drawer or in a kitchen drawer. So I think this flashlight would be good for your car or your house. Maybe not quite. It's a little large for everyday carry. But overall, I think the flashlight, of course, now that I've got the bugs worked out of it, this thing works very well. So if you guys are interested in winning this ThruNite TC15 flashlight, I will put I'll put the official rules down below in the description, but you have to be 18 years old and you have to write a comment in the comments section down below. If you do not want to win this flashlight and you write a comment down there, be sure to put that you don't want the flashlight in your comment. That way I can make sure that somebody gets selected who does want the flashlight. So also, as long as I can get this flashlight to the winner, it is theirs. That's kind of I'm going to make an attempt to open this up worldwide, and whoever wins it, I will try to ship this to you. I will give it a shot. So the flashlight was provided free from ThruNite, and I'm going to pay for the shipping. So I will try to attempt to ship this to whoever wins. So that being said, I do appreciate any thumbs up that you want to give the video, and you can share it on all your social media. And like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.